Now, what I really love when a guest comes on the show is I like to make them work a bit. So I would like to ask you a question from a listener and just to get your initial thoughts on it. Would that be okay?
Absolutely.
Now, I chose this question because it's about stress. But as I take another look at the question, it's my feeling that you've already answered it well already with our discussion, but maybe you could perhaps just summarize.
Yeah, summarize it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and the person who wrote it maybe didn't hear it the first time, and the listener didn't maybe hear it the first time. So
yeah, that's right. And they know,
repetition can be good.
yeah, so this is specifically, they know this is about them. So if they haven't been listening up until now, start to listen now. So it was written to me. So it begins, you say that a feeling of stress is created by thoughts, but you've also said that. So it doesn't matter. I just wanted to point out that they mean me when they say you, not to put words in your mouth, but you've subsequently said that anyway. So it's fine. So I'll just get on with reading it, shall I?
Yeah, sure. Read it.
You say that a feeling of stress is created by my thoughts, and I kind of get that a bit. But it doesn't really help me because my thoughts are stressful so often. I have a demanding job, 3 children, and I'm trying to set up my own teaching business on the side. I don't know how I cannot be stressed about all that is expected of me, either by myself or others. Please help.
So really good. I would say, first of all, that they are reaching out their hand, and in this case, sending it to you, Siobhan, because as we can understand, this is something that is on her. Was it a she in this case?
Yes.
Yeah, on her mind, and in some way having a lot of thinking of it and experiencing it. So that's really good that they want to try to solve it. So first of all, she hears and feels and sees something true in what she have heard, probably from your podcasts, and that's a good start. And first of all, how can she feel the truth in it if it isn't true? How can she feel the truth in it if it isn't the truth? And my dog is still trying to get
He's agreeing with you.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's good.
So I'm gonna pick her up once again, so she can be in my knee. So, and I would say, first of all, for her to keep looking into that direction, and to challenge the thoughts she have of different things, like all the things in that, starting a business and all the things that she needs to do. Challenge it. Is it possible that that can create stress? Is it also sometimes that all these things gonna be done, and something she want to do and so on, when she doesn't feel stress? How is that possible if it's the things that need to be done that is creating the stress? And what we need to see is also, and I say we because we need to remember also that even if I have this more and more understanding in it, I still get stressed sometimes. But I mentioned I spot it so early. And the thing is, the only time that is, and the only time that exists is now. Not 1 second from now, not 5 hours, 5 years, 3 months, whatever time span we make up. it doesn't exist now. But when we think of all the things I need to do, we experience the thoughts of stress about the things that we're going to do. We never experience the things that we're going to do, and that creating the stress in the moment. It's impossible for us to have tomorrow's meeting now. But when we're thinking of the tomorrow's meeting and we having a stressful thoughts about it and feel like, yeah, I don't know how to handle that. It's customer is really angry and now we're going to follow up tomorrow morning. And when I feel the stress from the thoughts, it's just the thoughts that is creating the stress of tomorrow's meeting. It's never the tomorrow's meeting who's sending stress into me, because it's impossible, because that hasn't happened yet. And it's happening not now. It doesn't happen at all, but it feels like it happened in our mind when we think of it. So the only time that exists is now, and we can only focusing on doing things in now. We can plan to do things, but we can never do the things that we plan to do later. And I don't know if that helps. That was what came up now, at least.
Yeah, I that helped me anyway. Yes. And I would invite the listener to, if they want to follow up with that, they can contact me or contact you.
Absolutely.
I was reminded of a time like a number of years ago when I was coming across the nature of human experience like we've been talking about. And I was also, what? It went against everything that I thought in terms of my circumstances creating my experience. And just like you've been doing today, I was just kind of gently asked to look in a different direction and be like, hey, what about this? And hey, what about that? And I remember it was brought to mind when you were talking about there only being now, that I was lying on a sofa once and I was just reading a book and I was feeling so anxious. I was thinking about a meeting that I had later that week. And I was just like running through different scenarios in my mind, the way we do, and we imagine all the conversations and all the outcomes and try and solve for them. But it occurred to me that if someone was looking at me, they would see me lying on a sofa, looking like I was reading a book, like the epitome of relaxation. But my mind was going crazy, and I was feeling the anxiety of that. And that was it sounds like not much, but it's a massive opening to see nothing was happening. I was lying on a sofa reading a book, but I was feeling like shit because of my thoughts, and seeing that and starting to see a bit more around that has been just really, really helpful. So thank you.